Yeah, they've actually like increased the tempo of the new content they've been adding in terms of quantity. Like I might have to double the size of the museum, and even that might not be enough. So Seb Big Daddy says, have you used copper golems yet? No. That's the thing, like there's so many new things I haven't even tried. And the copper golems, I did actually try it in creative, I think. They're like kinda useful, but not really. Copper golems, right? So they take things out of copper chests and put it into normal chests. Except that if you wanted to sort things, you need to put items in the normal chest first, and then they'll only put the same items into that chest. But then if you have more than one, it's complicated. If you have more than one full chest of that item, the copper columns will start getting confused. And they work like, I think they remember 12 chests or 10 chests. Seb says, yeah, they only have a 10 chest memory, so you have to split them in up into their own little sections. Yeah, I think it's a 12 chest memory, but anyway, like 10 or 12 is not that big. What I'm trying to say is that the copper golems, their functionality is actually rather limited. Like I was thinking about using copper golems to sort the wheat here, for example. But we have wheat, we have seeds. Occasionally, bone meal will drop into here because the farmers would recycle the seeds. Occasionally, zombie rotten meat because the zombie horses will burn in the daytime. Occasionally, leads because wandering traders will spawn and then the leads will break and they drop the leads. And so there's like a number of other different things that might occasionally drop in here. And I'll have to have a chest for each one. And then, if I accidentally drop anything else in here, then what are the copper columns going to do? Like, look, there's a wandering trader there right now, and he's pulling the leads around. He's going to break the lead, and he's going to drop into the hoppers. Anyway, what I'm trying to say is, the copper golem is like useful for simple things, but for simple things, you might as well just use hoppers. It's like a more complex way to do things that you can already do. So not actually helpful. I mean, I guess if you have a setup where you are certain of what will actually drop into the system. Let me think about it. Let me think of all my use cases. iron. So let's say my iron golem farm. We get iron, we get poppies, we get string, and nothing else. So I have 3 sorters, and that goes into storage. Instead of those 3 sorters, I can have 1 copper golem walking around. But if I do that, I can't store things in chests anymore because the golem would put things into the chests, which you don't want to do. So I have to use barrels for the actual storage. Maybe what they should do is not have normal chests as the output for the copper golems. Maybe they should have like a different copper chest, like a copper input and a copper output chest. So you don't have to break existing storage systems that uses chests. Uh, this part. Oh, oops. Alright, let me just look inside here. That's correct, right? Okay, I did get everything in there. More hoppers. More hoppers, and then this level's done. Huh. Okay. It's going pretty well, actually. They've added the alleys. Are they called alleys or allies? It's supposed to be a pun, right? Allies. Never really figured out a use for those either. They pick up items, and then when you ring a bell, they drop them, or you... Wait, how do they drop them to? You make a sound? Is it a note block? And they drop them? And like, what would you use that for? Isn't that just like a worse way of doing hoppers? What was I doing here? I don't know if I'm just unimaginative or what, but some of the stuff I can't really figure out how to use. They add new things and I just don't know what I would use them for. Um, this should be filled. Right this side and another side. I wonder why they never put like a minor block and a placer block in the game. Are they scared of true automation? Maybe it'll break the handheld systems. Like it'll break the mobile versions of Minecraft in terms of performance. So like a redstone block that places blocks and a redstone blocks that mines blocks. That would allow anything to be automated. And it'd be amazing. I guess would also potentially break the game. This should be excavated to there. Where's the wall? And they, for example, they don't allow dispensers to feed animals, so you can't breed animals automatically. Which again, I understand, right? If you just keep breeding animals, you're gonna crash the game. You're gonna like have too many entities. But maybe you can have protections. Instead of like not letting players do it. You set it up so that it's really hard to do, really hard to break. Like maybe animals should not breed if there's already too many of the same type nearby. Like that would be one way to have protection. With automatic breeding. Or even like, if the game falls below a certain frame rate, it just stops the redstone. Hey, that would work. If the game falls below a certain frame rate, the redstone stops working. That would be a way to protect. The game from just completely crashing out when you have too much stuff going on. Or like when it drops below a certain frame rate, all the entities stop. And entities include redstone, right? Did I do that right? Maybe I shouldn't say that because what is the frame rate in my factories? In the middle of my factory district. Things do slow down. Like how much slowdown should we allow? 10 times? 5 times? Maybe 10 times.